you doing, Bubba?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Yes.
How are you guys?
Doing great. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your book. You excited, Khalilah?
Yes, I am so excited. It's like, you know what? To think of it, when you think about it, you think about what you didn't put in there, and you also think this is not going to be my last book. I know I got to come with another one. I love writing books. I do. I enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy writing books, and this won't be it. I pray this is not my last.
No. Was it
look at Bubba, you're on the moon. You're on the moon. Bubba's on the moon.
Was it a cathartic process to get all that out on paper?
Yeah, it was havoc, it was turmoil. It was like going flashback into the past.
Nice.
And the fact that I have healed makes it so much easier, because all these years I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I had to heal a lot. I had to heal a lot. And I'm glad I didn't write the book before. I think it's just wrong to when you're young, to write out a book when you're young, because there's so much process of you growing up and maturing and getting over stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. And it's the best therapeutic pathway to life ever. I mean, it's better than talking to a psychiatrist.
Because you're bound to, so many people will find it relatable, say, oh, I'm not alone and all that stuff, especially in this day and age.
Exactly. And, you know, I used to say, you know, psychiatrists, that's a waste of time, a waste of money. But you know what? Nah, they're worth every penny. Basically, you get all the benefits of just expressing yourself. You get all the benefits of letting it out. You get all the benefits, because to hold something in is very detrimental. A lot of people don't talk about their problems and issues enough, and especially to people that they care about. You know what I mean? If they had somebody they could just wing it to without a psychiatrist, it still would do the same thing. You know what I mean? But you're so young. You're so young. You don't look like you got a trouble in the world. You're so precious.
What did you learn about yourself while writing this book? Did you learn anything about yourself while writing this book?
I did. I knew more about who I was. And it was like, why did I do that? I mean, why did I make that move? And I you know what? I found out at the end of the day, I really don't regret any of it. I don't regret anything. I really don't regret anything, because all the pain and turmoil and things that I went through made me who I am.
And it made you stronger.
Yeah, it made me much stronger. And the fact that I was going through it, people would say, boy, you were so strong. I didn't see that. I didn't see how strong I was. I didn't get it. You know what I mean? I didn't get the memo, but I understand it now. I do understand it. And it is horrific. I mean, the stuff that I went through, I didn't really know how horrific it was. It was just overwhelming. And I'm glad that I handled it the way I handled it. I'm kind of glad about it.
What's the working title for now for the book?
The working title right now is The Forgiveness. I'm sticking to that one because it was a time for forgiving for me. It just, when I began to forgive a lot of stuff, not that I will forget it, but the fact that I forgave a lot made me feel refreshing. I felt the burden that was taken off my shoulder.
Liberated.
I was liberated. Yes, I was. And it was like being in the bottom of the ocean and you're coming up for air. And you actually come up for air. And it was just, man, it's just a great feeling. I don't know what it's going to be like when the public hits it. I don't know what people are going to think or feel, but I really don't care what they feel or what they think. I really don't, because the fact of it is that I went through something and I survived. Exactly. And that's the most, you can't care. If I would worry about what people thought, I would never write the book. Absolutely. And you know what I mean? And you can't think about what people think. You just think about what you went through and how you can continue your life.
Absolutely.
That's all. Yeah, just moving on. And you know what, Markos? Did I say that right?
Markos? Yes.
Okay. Let me tell you something, Markos. When you are connected to a person like Muhammad Ali, the fact that I helped build that name, I helped build him. A lot of people would say, well, what is it like being married to Muhammad Ali? So they don't understand. I was there before I built the Muhammad Ali, before it became a Muhammad Ali. And we had to struggle through the times to be Muhammad Ali. So I was part of the building, the structure, the guidance, the pressure. So that's not a question you want to ask me. That's not a question you want to ask.
That's why I didn't ask you that.
So, yeah, it's not a proper question because you're not going to get a proper answer to that question. The fact of it is, let me tell you something. What we built together, what became about the struggle and the sacrifice, what became out of that is so huge. Until if it was any other woman with any other man that went through many women problems and everything, the fact of it is that you still hear this guy's name every day. Yeah. So how am I going to move on when I'm confronted with it every day? I mean, it's easier for a woman to move on when you don't ever hear the guy's name again. But I constantly have built an icon that will never go away. So how do I go forward and move on? This is the key. To forward and move on is to accept what I've been through, forgive what I've been through, and cherish what I went through and keep it with me.
Absolutely.
And then bring my own ideas on the table. I'm not here to promote Muhammad Ali. I'm not here to promote his venue or anything. I'm not here for that. Those days are over. So I have to promote my own venue. I have to promote what I've learned throughout my years as a woman, throughout my years as an activist, throughout my years as a personal person to people. That's all I can build on, and which is a great thing because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the direction I'm going in. Children are the most important and essential people in the world, but not just the children, but adults as well. So now that I'm here to open the door for children to show them they can be whatever they want to be and accept what they want to be and know that there are struggles in the process, but enjoy going through the hoops. You got to teach them. They have to enjoy themselves going through the hoops. And it's a fun thing. It's like surfing on a surfboard, trying to catch that wave. You know, it's like, it's invigorating. It's exciting. You're going to fall off the surfboard every once in a while, but you're going to get back on it, and you're going to look for that wave again, and you're going to go over that hurdle. And to go surfing it's a fun thing. It's not, even though there are dangers involved, you got dangers under the water, you have dangers on top of the water, but it doesn't stop you from surfing, you know. And that's what I want people to realize. Yeah, it's just like flying a plane. There are dangers in flying a plane. There are things that can arise, mechanic problems, air problems, cloud problems, but you still can fly and enjoy your flight.
You're in a plane right now, your background at least.
Oh yes, oh yes. You know what? I saw somebody with this in their background. I go, oh my God. And then when I get on the Zooms now, you know what people say? Where are you flying to now, Khalilah? I'm in my plane because this is actually my home. The plane is my home. And I enjoy flying, and just like Bubba is traveling around the universe. Yeah, he's on the moon, man. He's on the moon, bro. He's on the moon.
And
yeah,
Bubba,
I love that.
And congrats on the celebrity basketball game, Bubba. How does that feel in the success all these years?
Oh, yes. It was definitely a big honor, a big blessing to put together something so impactful. As Dr. Ali said, you know, the youth is just everything. You know, our children, kids, teens, you know, we really have to instill in them some great things, morals, ethics, you know, discipline, character building, you know, striving for their goals. And, you know, Dr. Ali was there, so that was a big honor. We're looking to plan our second annual event as well, sometime hopefully in the fall in New Jersey, in northern New Jersey.
At least you're coming closer to me, so I like to hear that.
We're getting close.
Yes. So we'd love to have you there, Markos, if you know, God willing, your schedule allows. And you know, we're just looking to have impact. It's more than a celebrity game. It's bringing people together, law enforcement, military, you know, from people that, you know, work regular businesses on up to big time celebrities, influencers, athletes. It's a renderance of hope. It's an answered prayer to a lot of people. And it's inspiration, motivation, empowerment that, you know, maybe there's a lack of during this pandemic. And, you know, just really to refresh that in people, and to bring people that have a voice like the Ali family, you know, with Dr. Ali, you know, when I could speak until I'm blue in the face, but Dr. Ali could come in and say a few words and change those kids' lives. So it's very important to have people like her, you know, supporting it. And, you know, when she comes and speaks, it resonates and it's always respected. So it's you know, something that I truly am grateful for.
You know what, Markos, when I go, like the last one we went to is, and Markos, this is about what I'm doing now. Mm-hmm. I'm getting ready to start a series, or a episode, a pilot for it's called Pure Justice, and it's about how our men in blue helps and serve and protect our community. Mm-hmm. We don't have enough people supporting the police department. It's always the negative. Back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, the serve and protect is a great thing, a great honor. You met young boys and young girls wanted to be police officers, just like they wanted to be firemen, just like they want to be military men, doctors, lawyers. By the whole thing changing, this new era is changing as a negative towards the police department. I'm sure we have bad eggs in the police department, but there are only few bad eggs. The police department as a whole, the men and women in blue, they are there to serve. And before they can even serve, first of all, the community have to respect them. They have to give them respect for their duties. When you don't give the boys, I mean, the men and women in blue respect, anything can happen at that point. You're putting havoc on yourself at that point. There are people who say, yeah, we need to reform the police. Most importantly, we need to reform the community.
Exactly.
You have to reform the community. And I know it's a very hard blow. I mean, considering the George Floyd movement and to Trayvon Martin and all these others, I'm sure they have their catastrophes, yes. But to stand up and fight for their justice in this, they have to not only give the men and women in blue punishment and show them they just certain things they just cannot do, and they should be accountable to the full extent of the law. They don't have no rights to be in a position where they can just cause havoc on an individual. And sometimes that happens, I'm sure it does. But most importantly, to deter certain issues, you must respect the officers.
Absolutely.
I've seen Black men, Black boys throw profanities in front of the police officers out of just total disrespect, you know, and that's just wrong. And you're gonna go down. And that's the main issue. They want to go home to their families just like you do. So to resolve that kind of action, to turn the tables, to teach them to give these officers respect, that would change their lives. The provocations of their incidents when might arise. If I just can imagine if I was a police officer and I'm carrying a gun and I walk up to you and say, give me your driver license or whatever, and you cuss me out, I'm gonna think you're packing too. And that's a dangerous situation for a police officer. So to say that is to say this: the more they have anger toward anyone, even if you go into a store, talking to any official or people of authority with hostile means, it's going to end up in a hostile situation. Yes. And that's cause and effect. Absolutely. So to say that is to say this: I'm trying to put together a little pilot. We're going to try to make it funny, even though it's not funny, but it's a little bit too hard to accept. So we're going to, you know, chill it off with a little comedy involved so they can see, look, you can enjoy your life. You don't have to bring havoc on yourselves or to others by being disrespectful. So I pray that comes out okay. I'm working on the sizzle right now, the script, and it's a 20-minute sizzle that I'll be showing my investors. And hopefully it would change the community. It would give them a little upliftment, give them a little education. Yeah, and I think, and that's the best way you can even teach people is through film.
Definitely, yes.
Change
whatever works.
That's the formula. So by me going to this young man's, Bubba's celebrity basketball, that it was the most exhilarating process ever. The children were so young and so excited to be doing something they were good at, to enjoy watching. And at the same time, the arena was filled with sheriffs of all counties. And I just love meeting them. They were just so wonderful. and I pray for them every day that they come home safe and sound. So we're gonna flip the switch and help Bubba as much as we can with the celebrity basketball, and hopefully this summer we can get bigger stars in there, because these children look up to the stars, and we have to take that to our advantage, because we have to go in the world where our children are, what they love and respect, and try to help them out. Bubba is, he brings a great impact. He gets out there in his basketball suit and pounces and bounces the ball and with celebrities and everything. I thought that was so cool. And the kids, they just love him. He's like a big genie to me. He's like a big genie. Yeah. Rub that lamp and there come Bubba. He's pretty good at that. He's pretty good at it too, Bubba. You're pretty good at that stuff. He was hitting them balls or putting them in the basket. I don't think I could have done that. But I'm very proud of him, and the kids love him. He looks like a big genie out of a bottle. And the kids love him and they respect him. Especially, he's the man that tries to reconcile the pleasure of saying how bullies are. And he was bullied. I was bullied. I wasn't bullied as bad as Bubba, because I was a big girl, and they didn't do too much to me. I think the closest thing they got to me is lock me in the bathroom so I wouldn't ask for homework. But then again, I was in a private school, so they have a little small issues in private schools, because they don't tolerate the stuff that's going on in public schools at all. They do not do that. So we have to try to protect our kids and tell them, look, you can have fun in this life and enjoy yourself. Just be kind and loving, and don't be hard on people, because just because you don't want to be a better person, that you hate on others. And that's something you learn from other people. Yeah. And it's not something that comes natural. So we're going to try our best to keep doing the bullying aspect, and to train these kids. They can have fun in life. They can enjoy life. You know, they don't need to go to jail. They need to go to college. And we want them to grow up to be good mothers and fathers for the future.
Absolutely. What's the title of the current chapter of your lives? If both of your lives is a book right now, what would the title be right now?
For my life story?
Let's say your life is a book right now. What would the title of this chapter be?
Yeah. The whole title is called The Forgiveness.
Yeah, but
my side of the story, Ali.
I know, but let's say your life was a book right now. Like, what's the title of the current chapter of your life right now? Like today?
Oh, today? Today? Oh yeah, I'm signing autographs today.
Okay, signing autographs. Okay.
Yeah, it's autograph time. There's a luxury chamber that my friend who I kind of influenced him to get a luxury chamber, and a chamber is like every third Monday in the month. They have a lot of millionaires and billionaires and entrepreneurs come together at a meet and greet kind of thing. And I'm gonna be doing that today. I'm gonna be meeting and greeting and signing autographs. And we had planned for Tommy Hitman Hearns to come there. I wanted to get Tommy Hitman Hearns to come out here, but I wanted to see if he would come with us on the Bubba's basketball, just to appear, Tommy Hitman Hearns, and he said he would. And I didn't get a chance to tell that to Bubba. Surprise, Bubba.
Yes, thank you.
So we're going to be getting I'm trying to bring along some celebrities with me to some of the basketball things that's coming up this summer. So I got Tommy Hitman. I can call him anytime and try to get him to come with me. He having a little problem with his family, kind of keep him from doing a lot of stuff, because he lives in Flint, Michigan.
Wow.
So we're trying to get him to come out a little bit more. And I'm going to try to get a Riddick Bowe to the next basketball, celebrity basketball thing. Riddick Bowe, he don't live far. He lives up in Tampa, I think. So we're going to get him to come down with me and try to get some celebrities to come down. I'm trying to get at least 5 celebrities to come down to the celebrity basketball. Yeah.
What does the word success mean to you guys? Success.
Well, success to me, Bubba, you want to go first? You go first.
Yes. I think it's achieving, your own personal goals, but also not being selfish enough to remember to be humble and give back, to, uplift others along your journey, be hopeful during your lows and be humble during your highs. And, whatever it is that your dreams and goals are, as long as you achieve those and you did something for the greater good of humanity, I think that's success. But I think everybody's definition could change for that. Mm-hmm. But that's what, I kind of strive for when I hear people saying, oh, you're successful or this and that. That's what I strive to do, because, the accolades are great with success and the awards, but what good is all of that, if you have nothing else, where you didn't leave people better than what you found them, where you didn't make the world a better place, or you had a chance with connections. God isn't just placing me in these celebrities' lives just to protect them and keep them safe and help them keep out of trouble. It's, doing things like the celebrity basketball game where I can impact hundreds of potentially thousands and thousands of kids at once, and, there's a reason for that. You have to use your connections and your knowledge for good.
Mm. And my thing for success, the real success that I feel is that when you do these things for the kids, you actually see the reward by seeing the kids getting better. When they actually come to these games and they actually get it, and they say, wow, I learned a lot from it. That is a great reward. And I consider that more success than anything, is to see the outcome of the kids and what the kids got out of it. You know what? I every time I go places, speak to kids and stuff like that, I give them an email, and they send me cards and send me letters and tell me what they got out of it, and it's coming from them, and it is amazing what these young kids have learned. They really learn, and that is your reward. That is your success. Amazing. Yeah. So when I tell the kids, when I speak anywhere or go anywhere, I say, look, you go to that email. TK. Okay, Muhammad. Okay. So, Muhammad, that's my ringtone. my son, Muhammad Ali Jr. put that on my phone. So when I'm sitting up at the dinner table and they hear, I'm a float like a butterfly, still like a, we go, what? Muhammad's in the house.
See, I was getting worried, Mama Ali.
I know it. That kind of scared me a little bit.
We know you're a 9th degree black belt. I thought you was about to come through this screen and get us.
Good stuff.
I'm telling you. So when we get the kids, and because I give them an email to send me, it's called TKO 2020 at yahoo.com. So when they send me, I said, now you tell me what you got out of it. When I hear what they got out of it, it's amazing, Markos. They're so brilliant. Oh my God.
And they'll tell you the truth, which is great.
And it comes from their heart. You know what I mean? And then as a reward, I tell them to put the famous gift card store on the bottom. So I pick out like 5 of them, the best ones, and I send them the game cards, whatever they want. If it's JP's Pennies, if it's Outback, if it's Game Shop, if it's Amazon, whatever they want, then I send them a little $25 certificate, and I get a little card for writing some of the best stories. I got a batch of them right now. I got to go through today. I got to go through. Yeah, I got to go through a batch of them today. I got, where are those people? There's some around there somewhere, but it's like I went to a school recently, to a academy out here at a charter school, and
that was awesome.
Oh yeah,
I've seen the video.
You saw it. Isn't it awesome? Yeah. It was like, oh my God, these kids are awesome. You know, I would like to have a show on TV with these kids talking about how they feel and everything. It would just be amazing just to see that. You know what I mean? I would love to do it and work with kids and stuff, and teach them manners and etiquette. Like, here's my book. Can you see that? Color to Learn. You can't see that, can you?
Yes.
Can you see it?
That's the coloring book, right?
That's the coloring book. Can you see? Yeah. It looks like it's all messed up. Oh yeah. Anyway, this is a great book. Now, Markos, I'm gonna read you this. Okay, I'm gonna read this to you, and it says, you know how you have the preface to a book? I don't, or introduction or whatever. I don't have that. I call it sharing knowledge. Okay. I call it sharing knowledge. And why I wrote the book. What was the reason for it? Mm-hmm. Can I read that to you?
Sure.
Okay. It says, some of us can remember our parents of yesterday and the parents before them. This is when they taught their children hospitality, family values, common courtesy, and good manners. Now, I was spiritually inspired by the values system given to me by my parents and my grandparents. Boy, they were strict. Now, I'm presenting this first edition collection that has a combination of all levels in my 10-volume Color to Learn series. I hope that I will enrich the values for the adults as well as your youth. As you know, most of the children today and some adults are lacking more of these values every day. Now, when I was growing up back in the good old days, I met many people. Some were leaders, freedom fighters, good role models, elderly friends of mine who have taught, advised, and influenced me with some of these golden values. All you have to do is just practice them, and it will lead you to the road to your dreams, and it will put you on the highway of success. Now, education and knowledge will always open the doors of opportunity, but when you practice good manners and old-fashioned values and good hospitality, that's when all the extra doors will grant you a greater success. Now, almost 75% of our families and problems are caused by no communication, no understanding, no patience, and no respect to our parents or to each other. So for the first time ever, this special publication is for parents and children of all ages and all nationalities. The whole family can receive spiritual enrichment from these coloring books, even for our young and old who don't have parents or families to guide them. Now, I pray that these books give them new hope. These books are just one of my legacies to all nationalities of the human race. There you go.
Beautiful.
To all, yeah. So it's not a matter of what color you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you are or what language you speak. The pictures tell the story. And as you open up the book, it did not only have my proclamation for Miami-Dade politics here.
From the mayor, yes.
From the mayor and everything. Even though they gave us a day and everything. I wish they didn't name it All Children's Day, but they named it behind me, Khalilah Camacho Ali Day on every October 30th of every year. I have that day dedicated to me and the kids in the community. We have to understand that when I open up the book, it's different. When you open up the book, you see pictures to color. And you know, and I know, when we see something that is not right, the first phrase we use is, what's wrong with this picture? You know that, we say that a lot.
Right.
So that's what's on top of the picture. What's wrong with this picture? And then the kids got to try to figure it out. And the adults have to try to figure it out. And this is when I think adults need coloring books. Half the adults don't like to read. So we're going to put everything in picturesque style. So instead of you learning how to keep the color in line, you're learning how to act at the same time. Great. So it says, what's wrong with this picture? And then on the back of the picture, it will give you the solution.
Awesome.
It will tell you what's wrong with the picture. And then you can color it and you can keep it and share it with your friends. And I know one guy who was a professor said, well, you don't give grown-ups coloring books. I say, you know what? Sometimes it's necessary for grown-ups to get a coloring book because they're not going to learn any other way. We have to make it simple to grasp as possible. Yeah. So I said, no, yeah, grown-ups need coloring books. Yeah, they do. Uh-huh.
Thank you so much for this interview, both of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
You're having me.
Is it over yet? It ain't over yet. Yeah. What you gonna say?